Howdy all, and welcome to Lex Lives. I think it's time to play a little Minecraft. Alright, so I am working on the tower, which of course is what we're going to be working on for at least a few more episodes, I imagine. But I did get a little bit of work done today. Dang you. Made me throw my shovel. I went ahead and I've been working on the walls, trying to figure out what I want to do with this, and so I have figured out that I want to move this around. Well, not move this around. I want to indent the walls as we work our way up, and so I'm actually going to, I think, move it in 2 blocks at the point I'm at right now. I'm going to try to anyways. Let me get this fixed up here a little bit so I don't fall in this hole anymore. I keep falling off of the top of this stupid thing, so that's not really helpful either. But what I want to do, I think, here is we're going to come up here, and the next layer here is going to be like right here. We'll just throw in some random whatevers. We can do this. We'll throw in that, and that, and maybe a couple of these, one of those. Oh, I went too far. Sorry. I forgot about the whole pattern thing here. Alright, so then you gotta go there, and then you're gonna go here. And really, there's just a... Why is there a 1 at this corner? Because I didn't do one on like that on the other side. What did I do here? I guess it doesn't matter, but that's weird. I might have something screwed up on this thing. Oh, it's not a 1, it's the shift. Yeah, okay. So we'll do that, and then we'll come back here, and then the next one is going to go here. Okay, and then we'll scoot over a bit here and throw these. I'm actually running out of supplies, so and we'll do that, and then I guess we can just throw this in here, and then you are in my way. And it looks like probably this here. We'll do this, and then this. Whoops, this actually shifts here, so this has got to go here like this. And then this one, this next layer here will actually be higher. So we can go ahead and get this in here. I got some more blocks down here. Some andesite, some stone. Oh yeah, I got some gravel too I could be throwing in here in spots. That might look alright. I haven't tried that out yet. I've got my tools in different positions. It's confusing me. Alright, let's see how this looks then from down below. Alright, that looks fine. Oh, I gotta itch my ankle. So, That's what we've got so far with the outside. Now I haven't decided where I want to put in windows or anything like that, and ooh, and you know, I still have to figure out what I'm gonna do with this doorway here. Probably just need to go ahead and complete the brick job here. Do I have some more bricks? The brick job. I'm out of bricks. Alright. Let me go see if I got any stone in my furnaces. I might have some stone. Oh, I got some stone on me. But let me go see if I got some more stone over here, and maybe we'll have to take a trip down, see if I have any stone down in the chests down below. I think I might. I don't think I've been cooking up any stone. Nope. And I know I just emptied out my chest, so we'll drop down in the bottom, see what's going on. Yeah, I'm actually recording this a couple of days earlier than I normally do. Gonna have another busy weekend. Can't ever get a time to play, it seems like, anymore. Yeah, we got some more birthdays this weekend, and supposed to have the nieces and nephew back over again. Really, I didn't do any stone. It's all cobblestone. All right. Well, this is my silk touch, so let's go ahead and get some ore while we're down, or not some ore, some silk touched stone, I guess, while we're at it then. And we're gonna have to throw some of this crap out though. I ain't got any room. Out, out, out. Redstone and lapis hiding in here. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I have torches on me? I have a torch. No, I don't. I have 30 torches. That's weird. Why did I have... I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah, it'll be a busy weekend, so I figured I would try and get stuff done early. And I do have a couple days worth of stuff now. Well, once this gets finished, recorded, so that's all good. I really have got to get in the habit of doing stuff like way ahead of time. That'd be great. Like, get a whole week's recorded ahead of time, and then just stay a week ahead so that when I hit the snags where I don't have a lot of time, you know, I'll have time to actually make up for it instead of trying to rush through stuff. But so far I am a slacker, complete slacker. What was it? Oh, I was talking with some guys today, and one of them, what did he say? Nope, not gonna remember. But we were discussing words that people don't know the meaning of, and they should. And I think I've talked on here before about it amazes me when I talk to someone at work and I use the word omit, and it just amazes me how many people, how many adults don't know what the word omit means. And I guess it's because I'm a reader and I'm used to having to know the meaning of a lot of words, but you know, a lot of people aren't necessarily readers, which is a shame. I get that you might not necessarily enjoy reading a lot of things, but there's so many different types of books out there that you ought to be able to find something you like. And you know, it's good for the brain. It's good for the knowledge. But I love to read. I always have. And I I actually have been taught myself how to read with, well, you know, with the help of, I was going to say YouTube, but not YouTube, Sesame Street and stuff, when I was like 3. And so I have been a reader ever since then. And I don't know. I was looking today. I have burnt my way through. I have burnt my way through 32 books this year already, and it's like a book every 4 days or something like that. And I was pretty surprised because there for a little while I wasn't reading anything, but I'm on a huge reading kick right now. In fact, as soon as my video that's currently rendering finishes, I am going to go read some more. And I know one of the things I like to do with reading, I don't know why I'm on such a big kick about reading tonight, but one of the things I like to do with reading is when a movie comes out, it's based off a book, I like to read the book before I go see the movie. And that way I can compare what the book was actually about to the movie, because usually they're not quite the same. And we were so there's this guy, and oh, he's a kid. There's this kid who's in one of the groups I'm working with, and he is currently reading Insurgent. And so we were teasing him again today because I've read Insurgent, or most of it anyways, and so I've been trying to figure out where he's at in the series. I stopped reading either Insurgent or the book after it because it was just boring to me, but I haven't watched the movies yet either. I can't stand the girl who plays the main character. And so they, we keep teasing him about what we know, me and one of the other guys in the class. And he, oh, it's too funny. He covers his ears. Because he's afraid we might reveal what's next in the book, which cracks me up. I don't even remember what really went down in the book, so it doesn't help. It's been too long since I read it, and I wasn't particularly paying attention because I wasn't enjoying it that much. Like, it's okay, but there's so much better stuff out there. I'm really disappointed by the quality of the young adult books that I read a lot of times, and I realize, you know, they're young adult books, so they shouldn't be, they might not necessarily be huge, convoluted, you know, 800-page stories, but it doesn't mean they have to be dumb. And I get really disappointed when someone's like, oh, you gotta read this book series, and then, you know, it's a young adult book series. I'm like, alright, well, this should be an easy read. That's part of the reason why I'm through 32 books. I've been reading a lot of small books lately. And when I say small books, I mean like the 300 to 400 page size instead of my normal, you know, 600 to 800 page novels. And so you know, I saw the Divergent coming out, and you know, I read like Harry Potter and Twilight and all that stuff. And I've read other things. They're in the same type of story, and loved it. And I read these, and I'm just like, I cannot believe some of this stuff is popular. Harry Potter's okay. There are better kid goes to wizard school book series out there, and one that I really, really like, which only has one book out right now, but the author's supposed to be writing the second one this year or next year, I forget what he said, is The Arithmetist by Brandon Sanderson, which is about a kid who goes to wizard school but he doesn't have powers, at least not yet. I'm assuming they're coming. And so he isn't able to perform magic, but he can do the forms of magic perfectly. And their magic is all based on fighting, and so you have to be able to do the forms to get the most powerful spells, and so he does everything perfectly. He knows which forms counteract which forms, and he's good at reading the weakness of other people. He just can't use the magic himself, and it's all drawn on the floor with chalk, and so it has a pretty cool part in there where like there's a girl in the class who is really good, and she has really powerful spells, but she doesn't have a partner for this tournament thing they do, and so he gets her to agree to use him as her partner, and he can't do the magic, which includes drawing the spells on the ground, but what he can do is he can mark them down on the ground with regular chalk, and then she uses wizard's chalk to go over what he wrote down, and then he tells her which ones to activate, and so it's really awesome. Way better than Harry Potter, and it's a young adult series, so it's not like, I'm comparing apples to oranges here. But Brandon Sanderson's also my favorite author, so that doesn't really help things. And then he's got this other young adult series that's just amazing called Steelheart. It's called Steelheart's the first book. The Reckoners, that's what it's called. And it's about this thing appears in the sky, and it gives people... Why did I not take that out? That's just weird. It gives people superpowers, but every person who gets superpowers also becomes a supervillain. Nobody with superpowers pretty much stays a good guy. And so this kid is... this kid is at a bank when one of the supervillains attacks, right when the supervillains first started happening, and this other supervillain comes in and tells him that Chicago belongs to him, and that guy didn't ask permission to be there, and so they fight, and the kid's father believes that there will be heroes. There will be heroes. They're not there yet, but there will be. And okay, so this stuff here needs to come up yet. And so he dies because that guy's not a hero. And so then the kid, who's like 8 at the time, dedicates himself to destroying Steelheart, which is the first guy. And so the book is about him helping the Reckoners, who are a group who go around killing low-level supervillains to prove that humanity's not done for, and helping them take out Steelheart in the first book. And so it's really good. And then the second book was... Or then there's a story called like Mitosis, where they fight a supervillain that's can split himself into multiple parts. And there's... Man, is there only 2 books to that? One, they go to New York. That's the newest one. And New York has been flooded by a supervillain who can control water. And so the whole thing is like Venice now, where they just have uh, canals everywhere. Like the whole city's just canals. And so then they fight her in the city. Now, okay, so this has got to go up one more here. And just amazing stuff, you know. I love it. It's my favorite. And then, you know, then I read something like Divergent, and I'm like, really? They made a movie out of this? It's, if you haven't seen it, it's an old movie at this point. I haven't seen it, but I read the book, and it is totally society is determined. No, your place in society is determined by a test, and the main character takes the test, and she doesn't fit into one of the 4 allowed groups. And so the person who's conducting the test tells her to keep her mouth shut because they will get rid of you. I guess sort of. They'll get rid of you if you open your mouth, and you know, and they reveal that you are divergent, different. You don't fit in, and so that's pretty much what the book is about. Is that she doesn't fit in, and so she, when it gets to be her turn to choose, you're allowed to choose a different grouping if you don't fit in with your normal group. And so both her and her brother choose a different group than the one that they were originally with. And so it's a big shock, and you know, because both of them at the same time left their group, and their parents could have basically been shamed because they left the group like that. There's 4 groups, I think. Well, technically there's 5 groups, but they didn't reveal that there's a 5th group until way later in this story, because I guess they decided they couldn't just kill off the characters, and that they had to send characters who didn't fit into any of the groups. And so there's there's the Dauntless, who are basically. Oh yeah, okay, so that's good. The Dauntless are the soldiers for the city, because all society's been collapsed, right? And so there's just the one city, and at least so far that I've read. And so there's Dauntless, which are the soldiers. They're brave, and so because they're brave, they have to go out of their way to show they're brave. And so they do stuff like use zip lines between buildings and ride on top of the train instead of on the train. And they jump off. They don't wait till the station, because that's brave. And then there's Amity, which is I call them hippies. They just think everything should be friendly, and they run the farms. And then there's the Erudites. I guess there's more than 4 groups. They're Erudites. They run like medical and research. There's Candor, which are the lawyers. They believe in truth. And Maybe I'm wrong with the Amity. Yep, can't remember. Whatever group she's part of, they believe in selflessness. So there's what it is a society collapsed from war and stuff, and so the original founders of the city, they decided that uh, only one truth, only one truth could save humanity from destruction. And then they disagreed on what that one truth was. And so there's actually 5 truths or whatever. There's selflessness, and they're the people who run the government. There's knowledge, and they're the people that are the doctors and researchers. And then there's the dauntless, bravery. They believe that you must be brave to save humanity. And so they're the soldiers, police, like that. And then there's the people who believe that love is the answer, and so they're the hippies who they come across to me like that in the book, you know, homespun clothing and group commune and you know that kind of stuff. So maybe communes, not hippies. I don't know. I just jokingly refer to them as that, anyways. And so they so the selfless run the government because no one else will do the things that government does. They pick up the trash, they repair the roads, they make sure that food and supplies get out to everybody. You know, like they don't even have mirrors to look at themselves. They all wear the same clothes because they don't believe in individualism and stuff like that. And so the girl comes from that, but she doesn't want to be that. She wants to be brave, and she wants to look at herself and wear clothes. And so she chooses bravery. And so then, so basically, the first, say, fifth of the book is her wondering what's going to happen to her parents if she chooses to leave. And then when she gets up to the moment, you know, after she's found out that she's divergent, they opt to, and her brother chooses the erudites instead of staying with her parents. So then, you know, it's horrible because now she's going to leave her parents, and what are they going to do? And so they you know, I had some. Did I use up all my mossy stone? Or did I leave that someplace? I have a feeling I used up all my mossy stone bricks. That's alright, I guess. Just put in some cobblestone stuff. And so, you know, I'm like, alright, so this is interesting to start with, and then it turns into a third of the book is her getting the crap kicked out of herself by people who have been in the group as Dauntless members for years, and they train by fighting each other, and she's not really that good at it when they start, and she nearly dies a few times from being punched in the face. And I think they want to throw her off of a. There's like this rushing water thing in the place, and so they threaten to throw her off there a couple of times, maybe. I don't know. It's mostly just her getting the crap kicked out of her, and so I haven't seen Dauntless yet, but I always ask people when they tell me they love the movie, I'm like, so is like 2/3 of the movie her just getting punched in the face? And they're like, well, not 2/3 of it. But that's what I felt about the book, was just her being punched in the face. And then after that, she winds up uncovering. Oh, there's a computer they use. The whole thing is just a conspiracy about computers. The erudites make the test that see where you belong, and then on top of that, the Dauntless use a computer program that discovers your greatest fear, and you have to be able to conquer your fear during some of their tests. And it turns out that not only is the main character divergent, but she is also able to control the program. And so you're not supposed to be aware that it is a program, but she knows it's a program, and so she can change it. And she can do that because she's divergent. People who aren't divergent, and that's the true secret, can be controlled by the computers. And so that's why they want to get rid of divergence, because they can control the program that controls the people. And so it turns out that the erudites want to be in charge of the government instead of the people that the main character came from. And so they write this program that makes the Dauntless join them without knowing what's going on. And so the Dauntless see the selfless people as enemies. And so they go on a rampage to kill them all off. But the main character, I think her name's Triss. Triss and her boyfriend 4 are both divergents. And so both of them are able to override the programming. And because of that, alright, I'm going to get some wood over here. Because of that, they're able to stop the erudites from completely wiping out the selfless people. And and I'm like, okay, so we've got girl doesn't fit in, girl chooses to go with the mean kids, the dangerous kids. The dangerous kids get taken over by the smart kids. And the Dauntless, they don't let you be in the group if you're old either. There's a big thing in there about how they kick them out when they get too old. And what did I do with all my... Oh, you know what? It must be inside instead of out here. It's not here. It's in the building. And so it was okay. It just wasn't amazing. And then they're making a movie about it, and I'm like, the book isn't. Of course, I don't think Twilight's good enough to make a movie about. So, I don't understand what the deal is with vampire books. No vampire book I've ever read treats vampires the way I think they should be. And they're always whiny people who just wish they were dead. Where's the vampires who revel in the fact they're vampires? They're always the bad guys in the books. They're always struggling to keep track of who they are, and it just, I don't know. There's a vampire book series by Anne Rice, right? Interview the Vampire. Hate it. The movie's not so bad, but the books are terrible. And I wish they would die after reading the books. I wish the vampires would just off themselves. They're just so whiny and annoying, and I'm just like, where's the vampires who like being vampires? I liked Blade, the movie Blade, with Wesley Snipes, because those vampires wanted to be vampires. Or like Daybreakers is an amazing vampire story. And there aren't vampires, I mean there are, but there aren't every vampire you come across is like, oh, I have to live forever as a vampire and I have to occasionally suck blood out of people. It's horrible. And I wish I could just bring myself to walk into the sun and die. I can't date the human girl because I might turn her into a vampire. And you know what? whoops. I really like Vampire Diaries, the TV show. I haven't read the books. I started to and didn't care for it. But the TV show was I haven't watched it in a couple seasons. But the TV show was amazing when I was watching it, and so I don't know why Twilight is so popular when you got stuff like the Vampire Diaries TV show. It's way better, way better. But you know, that's just me. Anyways, I don't know how I got off on that long tangent from talking about reading books, but I sure did. And with that, I am gonna finish putting in this floor here, I think, and then I am gonna call it a day. We actually got quite a bit done here, so that's awesome. I have, like I said, worked on the walls a little bit here, and oh, dang it, that totally went in the wrong spots. And so we're getting pretty close to being able to work on the interior walls. And we had already decided, or I already decided, that the walls are going to go up to there. And so we've got one more floor, I think, above the floor we have. And so I don't know if I'm going to do an interior floor or an exterior floor. If I do an interior floor, I'm going to bring it in one more layer, like I did to this up here. And then we'll do, you know, an outside kind of thing. But, yeah, let's get out here and take a look at it real quick. See what we got going. I think it looks pretty good. I am going to get some bushes and, you know, some tree leaves and do some vines up the side of the thing eventually. And I might do, I think I'm going to add some, of course I took all my stuff off, but I think I'm going to add some support pillars to the outside of it and see if I like that. So, but that's something we can look at next time. So, click like if you like, subscribe, be sure and catch the next one, and I will talk to you later.